Hi everybody, Connie Dieken here with another Connie Off the Cuff. It was the silence heard around the world. Rick Perry's brain freeze. Has that ever happened to you? Are you afraid that it will happen to you? Many of the executives that I coach are very concerned about this, concerned that if they have brain freeze, it will damage their reputation, that it will harm how people look at them, and that credibility will disappear along with their mindfulness. So what do you do about this? I believe firmly that there is a solution and that no one should have to deal with brain freeze. So with a wink and a nod to Governor Perry, I'd like to share with you 3 ways to prevent brain freeze. And let's hope I don't forget that third. Okay, let's start. Number 1, believe your message deeply. Psychologists say that anxiety can actually screw with your frontal lobe, which means that a message that you're trying to get, a word you're trying to find, is stuck. And so if you're only drawing upon this message intellectually, you are prone to having brain freeze. I say the solution is this: you must deliver from both your heart and your head. It should be both intellectual and emotional. I mean, after all, presenting is really a transfer of emotion. That's how we influence people to begin with. So I'm asking you to draw from your heart, and if you believe it deeply, you will not freeze. Number 2, beware of adding new information too close to delivery. Now, I can hear you saying, well, Connie, sometimes I get some brand new information right before I have to deliver a presentation, or I'm handed some information right at the last minute. Sure, I understand that. But you are very vulnerable at that moment because you haven't had time to fully process the information. Here's the solution. When you are given new information at the last minute, make sure that you write it down and have it in front of you prominently. Governor Perry could be seen frantically looking for that in his notes. I don't know if the information was buried and he couldn't find it, or whether he's off message and wasn't supposed to talk about that to begin with, but I do know this: if he had had those notes in front of him, this catastrophe would not have happened. So I ask you to put any new information in front of you as an insurance policy. And finally, number 3, and yes, I remember number 3, is to deliver boldly. Boldly. Many people, when they go to deliver information, morph into their evil, boring twin. That's because we're afraid of criticism. I say either deliver it boldly or stay home. When you're bold, you let go of that fear that someone will criticize you. So what? If it's worth saying and you really want to influence people, deliver it boldly. The only metric in delivering a message is how does that audience respond to you? And I promise you, they will deliver to you a far better response if you deliver to them a bold message. So, if you'll use these 3 tips, and yes, I remembered all 3, I believe that you can prevent brain freeze and instead deliver liquid gold for both your audience and yourself. Again, this is Connie Dieken with another Connie Off the Cuff. See you next time.